Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda and welcome to Unfiltered Me. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving to you guys the difference of high school versus college. Now this might be a no-brainer to some people, but it's definitely been cultural shock or whatever you call it, transitioning to college. And this upcoming week is going to mark a month of me being here, which is so crazy. So I just want to show you like my thoughts, my perspectives. I know I'm just like a month in, but this is just like my views on just like how things are and the differences, and to prepare you seniors, because I feel like in a way we weren't prepared as much, but really who can really be prepared for a lot of things in life, you know? Like there's always so much more to it, and even they say for parenting, it's like there's no set book, there's always so much, you know, so many turns and curves and yada yada yada. But if you guys are interested in what I have to say here, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, make sure to subscribe down below, make sure to turn on post notifications to be notified when I post, and if I do this got in this video. Yes, so we're gonna be hitting 5 different categories right here of the differences, main differences that I've seen. Okay, so for the first one is censorship. So like I've noticed, so let me tell you, I'm taking a US history survey whatever class. I was placed in this one class, and I was looking at my professor, and I had to make the decision for myself to remove myself from that class, and then I got placed in this other person's, and then I want to read my professor again, and I was like, oh shoot, why did I switch from them? Literally like every single sentence the professor was like cussing and stuff like that, and I'm just not used to it. Like even in French with people, like I've just never, like, I don't know, like constantly cussing every sentence is just like such an ick itself. I don't know, but to me it's just like that way. Like it's one thing to, like, you know, here and there cuss, but if it's every single second, it's just like, I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way a little bit. But definitely that, I just think it's, I don't know, it's just so different in the sense of like in high school, just like, you know, you get like in trouble for cussing and stuff like that, or even like just slipping, and it doesn't even have to be like, I don't know, just like anything is so triggered by, you know, and like especially if it was by like somebody like above and all this stuff. But like, I don't know, it was definitely a shock in that way. And even like some topics like in class, like my teachers would 100% not like cover or like even like shine near, but my teacher was just talking about the acts of like sex itself, and it was like an unrelated subject, and I was just like, oh. And I don't know, I mean at the end of the day, like once again we're all adults, so it's like, well, I'm 17, but it's just like different in that aspect. I don't know, it's just like weird to get used to that my teacher is just like, but it's weird when you really think about it, like your teacher is just another human being. But for some reason I feel like just all growing up, it was like, yeah, my teacher like is only like a teacher, they don't have an outside life and they're not real, you know. But it's like, no, like they're just like me, just a bit older, you know what I'm saying? Next one, number 2 is micromanaging. Now for this one, I thought it would get better leaving out high school, but like I feel like especially being a student athlete, it's just like just more and more, I feel like it's not a lot of like independence in a sense still. Like I feel like, you know, we're still are being micromanaged in a way, and I guess it is more differently when it's like your student athlete. But there was this incident though last week, and I tried getting out of, like, my teacher said you couldn't use like your phone or your laptop, but that's how I efficiently like take notes on, but they're like no. And you know, they made it a really huge deal, and like I get it, you know, it can be distractions, this and that, but I feel like the image of like how college has been portrayed, especially in the media and just in general, people are like, yeah, you know, you get all this independence, professors don't care and all of this stuff, but in a way it still feels like it's a lot of control. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, like I get it, we pay to be in your class, and yeah, we have to follow the rules, but it's just so much different, I feel like, when, you know, like you're an adult in a sense. I feel like, because it's just like you should be able to, I feel like in a way you should be able to have that choice of what you choose to spend your time with. And I did have a lot of teachers though actually in high school that let us be on our phones when we wanted. I remember I spent like the whole semester on my phone in AP Psych, and like, yeah, like there was moments you couldn't have it, of course, but like I just wouldn't pay attention. But like it was just easier for me to process information on my own. I just cannot sit there and like watch a presentation over things that I could just read on my own. I don't know, it just never made sense to me the way, but like I get it, once again, the principle of the idea of like put your phone down, like stay focused, but still in some ways it just doesn't feel like the aspect of free and the like, oh, we're adults and that we could like essentially do whatever. It still feels like, you know, little things like, yeah, put your phone up, or yeah, like you need to be doing your work and be busy, or you're gonna be kicked out of this place, or like just other aspects of that. It's just like it feels like there's still so much control that, you know, like these older adults have, and so in the way I feel like I'm still being more micromanaged in college, if that makes sense. Number 3 is friendships. So definitely friendships are just so interesting in college. I do feel like it's different than high school 100% for sure, because it's like I don't really see like huge friend groups. Like I remember like at my school, and I'm not saying it's bad, but like there was like this inner like, you know, friend group of people, but it's more of just like little cliques of people, max of like 8-10 people. I don't know, I like it in an aspect where it's like, you know, if you don't vibe with somebody, it's not the end of the world, because there's like so many other people to hang out with, and so it's like you can really like, I don't know, you can really find your people. Now like I really had the social battery to do that in the first 2 weeks of school, but this 3rd week it's just been so hard, but like to keep on putting myself out there, because you know I still feel like I am trying to like find my group of people, of course. But overall it just does feel different though, because it's just like, you know, once again the mindset of like if it doesn't work out, it's not like, you know, this, unless it's like a huge incident, it's not like somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, like Yolanda's like X, Y, and Z. People like just like in a way get over it. And I do like college in the sense that people like want to get to know you, also because they don't want to be lonely, of course. Probably that might be the intention why, but like more people I feel like have been open, at least for the area that I'm in, of wanting to get to know me, or like wanting to hang out and stuff like that, and just like, to chill and kick back and yada yada yada, like in that sense. But I feel like in high school it was like if people were in their group, they're gonna stay in their group, and it's so hard to get in, and if you try to get in, then it's just like, oh yeah, why does she want to be around us, or like, you know, like go back to your other group, or they just won't even include you or acknowledge you at all. So I think definitely just like more open-minded people, which is good though, and especially going to a new area, like I feel like you have to be open-minded. So it's good that, at least from my experience, that people have been more open-minded and willing to, you know, get to know each other. Number 4 is work-life balance. I definitely do think that it's so much better in college, especially like it's not like I'm forced to be there like from 8:20 to 3:30 like how my high school is, but it's like I have space in between. And I feel like for me, like I have like a considered more better schedule, because my first class for each day, all of them starts at 11. I don't have any earlier classes, and my latest goes to 2, and then another day my latest is 3. But I only have, if it's like that, it's like 2 classes. I have 3 max classes, and the least amount of classes I have in a day is 1 class. But it's really nice, and it's like having time in between those 2 is honestly glorious though, because it's just like I don't have the attention span. Now the only downside is that my campus is kind of sort of big, so it's like in between this 1 class, it's like 12:15 to 12:30 I have to be there, so it's like 15 minutes to walk there. But it's still, honestly, I'll take that rather than 6 minutes of in between time. And like at least if I have that, I like that all my classes are near each other. I know in a lot of people it isn't that way, but I was blessed for it to happen that way. And so like I'm literally right across from the dining hall, so like I'll literally zoom out my 1 class, go eat something, or like pick up a pizza or fill up my water with like Powerade, and then I'll go back to class and still make it with time with like 2-3 minutes left over. So I do like the flexibility that college does offer in that sense, because it's like it's just much more manageable and much more like, I feel like, you know, I know a lot of people in high school that had mental health days, and like I still, yeah, in a way do feel like that's gonna be necessary in college, even though that's not really a thing. We'll get to that in the last point, in the next point. But it's just like, I do feel like with the breaks, it's just like a good breather in between, and it just still makes it feel like I'm there but not really there. I think it's just the concept itself being at college is weird to me, because it's just like, yeah, like today's Saturday, right? So it's like, yeah, like I'm going to the game and I'm going to the dining hall, but then right across the street is all my classes, but nobody's there, but it's classes. So it's like weird. It's like it's it's a long sleepover. It's so weird to think that I go to school here but also like live here, and just like, I don't know, it's just weird processing it that like my whole life is here now. But yeah. And last but not least, number 5 is grades. So like in high school it was so much more flexible on it. It's like if you weren't there, then it's like you can take the test later, you can retry a lot of stuff. And I am blessed to be at least in a math class where it's like, you know, we can retry quizzes and homework grades and stuff like that. But there is other classes where it's just like, yeah, like your grade is consisting of 3 things and that's it, the final exams and then modules for some things. And it's like, they be hard content though sometimes, but for the most part, yeah. And a huge factor, which is like a point I really wanted to make here, is about attendance. It's like you have to attend. Some teachers don't care. I am blessed for one class where it's like it's optional to attend, so like it's bonus points towards your grade, which I'm blessed for that. So it's like if I don't go, then it wouldn't really hurt me or whatever. But there is other classes where it's like if you don't go after 5, it starts affecting your grade. And I think that's kind of like I have some takes about that, but like I get the intention. But like I used to be watching stuff and I remember people would be like, yeah, we used to like skip all the time, or like people don't go to the class, and maybe that's how people feel out. Maybe I just didn't hear the effects of it. But yeah, definitely the aspect is interesting though. But overall though, I love college. I love it here. There's definitely a lot of things to adjust to, especially once again, like I'm a city girl, not gonna lie. Not like city girl, but like city girl, like I'm around shops and everything like that. But it's really cool though here. And yeah, that's my take on high school versus college. Drop any more thoughts down below, or if you maybe agree or disagree with what I said. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace is already out.